hope you had a great weekend, my friends. How is everyone today? It's a Monday morning. I have already been working a bit because my kids went to school a bit earlier. So I had a little bit more time. And I already pulled a card for us. But first, let's calm down and say hi to everyone. Loretta is here. Hello, good morning. And James is here too. Hello all. I had quite a busy weekend. Okay, Saturday was busy. I went to a wedding of my friends. I told you about it last week, and it was great. It was awesome. We had a great time. And of course, we celebrated very long, whole day and into the night. And that's why yesterday I was like, exhausted. So yesterday I didn't do much. I read a lot. That's what I did yesterday and chilled a bit. So today I feel ready to dig into the work. How did the dance go? Yes, it went great. It went awesome. So on Friday evening we had our last training, so to speak, and we were all, of course, very excited about it, and it went great. Everyone was happy about our dance. So and we first we had thought, because one of the grooms is from India and his parents were there as well, and so the first idea we had was we should do some Indian dance, and then I said to the others, we cannot do this. First they will laugh about us when we try as Europeans those dance moves, and it will take too much effort and too much time to just get something together. So we decided, because the kids love all kinds of TikTok dances, so we kind of did a TikTok dance medley, which was a bit easier for us to achieve, and I think we did great, and the kids did great as well. Probably better than us adults. And it was probably very funny. I don't know if anyone took a video from that performance, but we had a lot of fun. So let's look at the card I got today. I'm just looking because my internet connection says is unstable. So I don't know. Let's just hope everything goes well. But I hope the quality is still good enough. So we got the transformation card today from the Work Your Light Oracle cards. And it says, things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So we can reflect upon that everything is changing constantly. Our body, our cells, we don't even realize that, but we are changing all the time. The cells are renewing themselves all the time. I think our body isn't the same. The whole body kind of transforms several times through our lifetimes. So that's one thing. And the same is happening with everything around us, with ourselves, with our minds, everything, our thought patterns, everything changes all the time. As we know, with the seasons and everything, nothing stays the same. And I think it's very important to keep that in mind, because very often we feel so stuck, and then we think it will stay that way all the time, but it doesn't. Things are happening all the time, and things are changing all the time. And we have the potential to change, to transform ourselves. There are so many things we can do about when we aren't happy with ourselves, maybe, or some things in our lives. We have the power to change them, although it sometimes is overwhelming, the thought of it. But we can take little steps each day to do stuff, to change stuff that we're not happy with. So maybe this card is telling us to reflect a bit about that. Do we need changes in some areas of our lives, or especially when I think about writing, there's always the potential to make things better. Probably that's why I'm working on my manuscript for such a long time, because I'm always thinking, no, that's not it yet. I have to make it better. But also with practice, we will get better and better over time. And we probably aren't realizing this, that we have changed a lot if we look back, at our writing style, for instance, and everything. So look at it from a positive angle, that we have come very far with our writing experience, and we learn and grow all the time. And there are so many things that will inspire us that we don't even know about yet, that will kind of bring the spark back and everything. So yeah, I think that's a very good thought, especially when we start into a new week of writing. So let's jump into the next, or not the next, the first sprint, and hope, yes, internet be damned. I don't know why it's. I'm plugged into my router, so I don't care. Let's just hope it's good enough for you guys to, be able to write now during the first sprint. Enjoy the warm up. Okay, that was our warm-up sprint. How did everybody do? Emmy joined us. Hello, good morning. I hope you had a great weekend. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, I worked on my text, trying to formulate some stuff or rewrite some stuff that I'm not happy with yet. I've also been thinking about what I read yesterday. Last week we talked about Little Fires Everywhere, which I was reading last week and finishing on Friday. And I have to say, last week I said, it's kind of boring. I don't know. But I have to say the second part of the book was better in the sense that I was really like, okay, I want to know what happens next. And it's kind of a slow burn, if you can say it like that. The beginning is very slow because you kind of have to learn about all those characters. And it's a special style of writing, I would say. But after finishing the book, I would say it's not as bad as I made it out maybe last week. I was maybe a bit too harsh on it. And it's probably one of those books you won't forget, I think it's, like I said, it's more a slow burn. And I started reading the Earthsea trilogy, finally. I was a bit scared of starting it because it's like, I have I think 4 novels in one book. So I was a bit, I don't know if I should start this kind of book, but yeah, so far I'm really liking it. I read like a little bit more than 100 pages so far, and I like the style of writing, and it's just always nice to jump into another world, a new world with reading. That's the fun about reading. Loretta, I'm working on organizing some online files for AI images in real life James and I are making while listen to Writing Down the Bones again. Oh, yes. One of my favorite books about writing from Natalie Goldberg. Yeah. And definitely one of those writing books that you can read several times or listen to several times. Is the audiobook, does Natalie Goldberg speak it, voice it, or however you say? Maybe I would also get it then. I think I've always been thinking about your article that you wrote on Medium about the audiobooks, that especially audiobooks who are spoken by the writer are awesome, I think. Especially, that's why I thought, it's true, those biographies, memoirs spoken by the writer themselves, it is kind of special, I think. So if Natalie Goldberg reads this one herself, I will be thinking about getting it. I read it last March at your suggestion and really loved it. Yes, she narrates it and it's amazing. That's good to hear. Yeah, I love her style of writing. I have several. If you're interested, she also has Wild Mind, Living the Writer's Life. And this is also very personal. She has this very personal writing style, doesn't she? It's almost also like a memoir at the same time. And also, I think I haven't finished it yet. Just the last pages. Thunder and Lightning is another one of hers. Yeah. And the good thing about her books is you don't have to read the whole thing at once. You can just go and grab one of those chapters and it's like a story in itself. And has such good, she is really able to give you just a new perspective on writing and how meditative. I think that's the main point I got from her, the main thought, that writing is like meditation at times, especially this journaling kind of writing. And it's true. Yeah, I can definitely recommend her to writers. I think I've always been thinking that she might be an ENFP, because whenever she talks about that she likes to go to coffee shops to write, when there are people around. And one other ENFP I know who also writes, he also said during COVID he struggled with writing a lot because he loves to go to he loves to travel, and wherever he is, he loves to go to coffee shops or wherever people are, and you have this background noise of people, and then he can write best. And so, yeah, that's why I think Natalie Goldberg might also be an ENFP. Emmy says I should get it too. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a really cool book from her. I think you will like her. She also paints. Yes. I just love her style. And it's so personal. I think that's what I struggle with. This, when I think of nonfiction writing, for instance, I mean, with my novel, not so much, but nonfiction writing, adding this personal touch, making it your style, making it maybe unique to yourself. And I don't know, because it's, of course, also dangerous. I probably fear putting too much of myself into nonfiction writing. And yeah, or when I read older texts for myself from my journals, it's like, I don't know. With some parts I think, okay, that might be interesting for people, but a lot of the things I feel like, I'm just a whiny person. Or I'm too emotional. Then I think people who are more on the rational, logical side of the spectrum won't. Yeah, but of course, then it's stupid to think like that, because you cannot write for everyone out there. You just want to write for, people that will connect with you and your writing. So you cannot maybe anticipate and think about that everyone will like your writing. So yeah. Ooh, awesome! Purchased with my Audible credit. So enjoy. Let's jump into the next sprint. We have 25 minutes, and I want to have the cupcake. Oh yeah, we had a great wedding cake, on Saturday. So one part of the wedding cake was German, Bavarian, because my other friend is from Bavaria, I can say. So that had a special filling, and the other part was Indian with a special filling. So that was good. So I ate a lot of cake in the afternoon. Okay, so let's have some cupcake for now. I'm getting hungry. Damn it. I wish I still had some of this cake. Okay, but here we go. Sprint number 2. Enjoy. Okie dokie. That was sprint number 2. I hope you enjoyed that one. And Christian joined us. So I'm so happy to see you. Haven't seen each other in a while. And probably still sick, maybe a second long COVID. Trying to do something, baby steps. There must be. I can only imagine what it's like to feel sick over a long stretch of time, or not feel yourself over a long stretch of time, feel exhausted. So I think that's why when you said you are thinking about participating in the Linking Your Thinking, for those of you who don't know, it's from Nick Milo, who has a YouTube channel as well that's called Linking Your Thinking, and it's a lot about how can we better process what we're reading, what we're watching, all the information we get, and take notes, write stuff. It's a very great course I participated in as well. I took the course myself and also helped Nick as one of the guides for this course. So I talked to a lot of people about note-taking, note-making, as Nick calls it, and to find something after a long period of sickness that kind of excites you a bit and brings you joy might be a good step. Although the course is quite intense, I have to say as well. But if you feel like it, want to take it now, maybe that's just what you need. Oh, and Ian is here as well. Ian also hasn't been here for, I think, 1 or 2 weeks. Morning all, I've caught up. Glad to hear you're enjoying Earthsea. Yes, I've been thinking of you. I love writing down the bounds too. I'm an INFJ who loves to write in coffee shops too. Oh, see? So it's not just an ENFP thing. I've tried writing in coffee shops. It's not for me. It's just I'm too distracted by the people around me, and I always feel watched, by others. Even when I'm at Starbucks, for instance, where everyone is kind of doing their thing, and usually in those coffee shops, everyone has their laptop or something, I still feel, I can get into the flow. It's not that it's not happening, but what I love, I talked about this before, is editing in a coffee shop. Probably because then the stimulation is good for me. I don't know. Yeah, everyone has to find their own places and try out new places to go, and always sitting at home and with writing is probably not the best idea. I also used to go to the library at the university. I love doing this as well for some time. It kind of gave me a sense of accountability, and sitting between all those students who are studying and preparing for the exams kind of was helpful. But I also felt, I don't know, it's also energy depleting for me when I'm sitting with a lot of people, and I always feel like watched and judged. I don't know, that's of course a me thing. No one is watching me or judging me, no one is interested in me, but I don't know, it's I'm struggling with that. But it's so good to see you both, Christian and Ian. And Ian also says, I'm sorry to hear that, hope you feel better soon, Christian. And Loretta is also very happy to see Ian. I think, wasn't it last time that Loretta just was, okay, I'm going to bed, I'm tired, and then some seconds later, Ian appeared and was like, oh no, I missed Loretta. So Emmy also says hi to everyone. Emmy says, I think I'm same as you, Anja. I feel judged a little. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think this is something deep down. It's even when I go shopping, like getting groceries, or when I also struggle with it when I go to the, what's it called? That's why I'm always like, garbage containers. We have those public garbage containers where you sort glasses, paper, and stuff. So even when I go there, I get so stressed out just by people walking by and feel so watched and judged. That's always this example for me that I don't know why, because I know that's, like I said, no one is interested in what I'm doing. Of course, everyone is taking care of their own stuff, and I always kind of fear that someone tells me this is wrong, how you sort the garbage. I don't know. So yeah, but I think it must be something from maybe my childhood, or I don't know, that I always feel like watched. Oh, you have to find the right coffee shop. I remember now a friend of mine, I think it was Jazz, who I used to do some streams together with, and he's an INFP, and he also said that because he also likes to go to coffee shops, but he has to change the coffee shop once in a while, because after a while people of course will know you and start talking to you because you meet the same people again if you go there again and again, and then he knows, okay, I have to go to another coffee shop now because people are starting to talk to me and recognizing me. So it's so funny. I need to go out. I think I've been home for days now. Oh yeah, that's the other side. Like I said, it's probably not healthy for especially freelancers, writers, to always stay at home. We still need people in our lives, or be around people from time to time, and go out and get some sun, walk a bit outside. So yeah. Christian says, just this morning I thought I should go to a coffee shop again to get back into my creative flow. Yes, this can definitely help. Same with when Emmy said I need to go out. This will definitely spark energy, just going outside for a bit and seeing other people. It's probably really healthy to do that once in a while. Trains are great too. I have dreams of spending a whole work week writing on a sleeper train. I definitely want to also travel, like those special destination trains. And I love train riding, although I also struggle there with focusing, definitely. But on buses, trains, I also rode on all those devices, transportation devices. And I prefer taking the train with the kids when we go travel somewhere, because I can talk to them, I can write, we can read, play games. It's much better than going somewhere by car. Yes, give it a go, Christian. I agree with shopping too these days. Cannot go browse in shops, feel too guilty to buy something. Isn't that strange? I think that's us, maybe people pleasers. We all want to be perfect with everything, make no mistakes, want everyone to like us. I don't know if that's the root of it. Yeah, that's why it's so exhausting, or that's why definitely I also tend to become maybe a couch potato sometimes, and really have to, because it takes some bravery. It sounds so stupid, but it takes some bravery to go out and meet strangers or be amongst other people and strangers. It's peculiar, I think. But yeah, and like I said, it still does us good to do that. It's why, for instance, right after a stream, I sometimes go out, or I try to make going out, getting groceries or whatever, but just going out, I try to make this a routine, like part of something I do each day without even thinking about it. It's just part of my routine, because otherwise I would probably just stay inside all the time, or think like, oh, I can go on the balcony. I have fresh air there. I don't need to go out into the real world. Yeah. Okay, let's jump into our long sprint. Let's use the tea whirlwind tea timer now. Yeah, I just have to press play. Here we go. Enjoy. Okay. That was our long sprint. How did everybody do? I finished the chapter. Very happy with that. Every chapter is a win. Oh yeah, and Emmy shared something. Spruce the house. I was ready to write, but laptop absolutely drained. So we'll get into reading first. And then, of course, I was curious about what she's reading. And it's TJ Klune, Wolf Song, which I immediately looked up, and it looks really good. I like the cover, and it has a good good reviews on Goodreads. So I put it on my TBR list, which is getting longer and longer. Yeah. What else? I've been thinking in my mind that I also, because after finishing the chapter, that I'm good, happy that I'm continuously working through the text, because there are ups and downs, and I think the most important thing for me right now is to continually work on it, especially with such long texts, manuscripts for novels. I think it's, especially when you work through them, review them, edit them, it's better to not have too long breaks in between, like, because then you, or I tend to lose the thread. I tend to forget all the different parts. So that's why I really want to, even if I don't work as much on it daily, I really try to get back to it daily, so that I'm just not losing it, losing all those ideas I have. And then also with the text itself, at some point, I just need to continually work on it to keep the style, so that it's one connected thing, that it's in the kind of flowing, the text is flowing, especially now with this final phase of editing. I think that's important. Not so much when I come up with an idea, and then I think it's not as important, because you can later bring everything together. But at this stage, it's, how long is your manuscript? I would have to look it up. Like I said before, it's not as long, maybe 80,000 words, I think, at this stage, 70,000 even. Because I have all the scenes in a separate note, I would have to calculate and count them all together. I cannot just look at it and see it somewhere. But I think that's what I calculated the last time after the last rewrite. And I'm still adding stuff right now, so it will be, I think it will end with 70, 80,000. I'm not sure. Yeah. Let's see what Ian said. I was still getting up in its sprint. Awesome. Debated rereading Earthsea 2. I think it's a yes. Will journal and so on in the next one. Oh, that's so cool. Yes, I definitely will share. I have the German version of it, and I think I will share it with my daughters, maybe my son as well, of course, later. I think it's maybe a bit too much for him now at this age. But yeah, I think it's a good read so far. I see some, I was wondering while I was reading if there's some influence from Tolkien, for instance, there. And so I'm always seeing if there are connections from other people, or how I think this novel influenced a lot of people. The Earthsea trilogy probably influenced a lot of people. And yeah, unfortunately, my eldest daughter isn't that much into fantasy. I don't know why. cannot understand it because whenever I'm, is it a fantasy thing? And she's not so much interested in it. So I don't know if I can get her to, I don't know. But actually, she also enjoys reading vampire novels. I mean, it's maybe I just maybe she just thinks, oh, my mom is recommending it. I'm not sure if I will like it. But maybe my second daughter, she is more into, she might be enjoying this one. I will see. She's currently watching The Rings of Power because I recommended it to her. She was asking me, what could I watch? What show? So I said, maybe you like The Rings of Power. Is it The Rings of Power? Is it called like that? The German translation is kind of that. So that's why. Okay. Let me have a look. Oh yeah, we're good in time. Is this an English phrase? In German, we would say we are good in time. So I'm not sure if this is the correct translation. But we still have time. That's what I want to say. How can we end? Which final sprint? That's because I talked about fantasy novels. We can have the fairy lights timer for our last sprint. Here we go. I hope you enjoy the next 25 minutes. Good on time. Yeah, good. Okie dokie, my friends. That was the Monday stream. I hope you all had a great time. I certainly did. And I'm very happy that you guys joined me, Mark as well, and Christian, and Ian, Loretta, Emmy, and James, of course, too. So thanks, you guys, for spending time with me. And I will be back tomorrow. So if you want to join me, I would be very happy about that. Have a great day. And see you soon, my friends. Ciao, ciao.